This is absolutely bonkers. So Waves just created a program where you can essentially type text into a website and it auto creates through AI a unique sound, uh, a unique sound, a unique sound. So this is absolutely bonkers. Waves just created this program through AI where you could type in any prompt and essentially it creates a musical element for you, whether it be a one shot, whether it be an instrument, whether it be a sound, whether it be a sound effect, whether it be a choir, whatever the case is. It is crazy. Now, it's not necessarily intended to create whole tracks, but it's more so intended to spark creativity and get sounds that nobody else is getting. Now, the debate can be made that is it taking the work out of creation? For example, if there's a synth sound that I really want to create and I hear it in my head, but I don't know how to necessarily make it on my synthesizer, is that taking the work out of my end where I should be learning how to create these sounds in the synthesizer? That could be an argument, but on the flip side, go back. Let's just use, for example, I think a lot about the agricultural revolution because I have a small farm, and when they before like the tractor, everything was done by hand. You had to do everything by hand, everything by hand. The tractor comes out, and now what took 200 people 2 days now takes one person 2 hours. Now he doesn't have to learn all those hand things, but he has to learn the tractor, right? I think that AI can be a very useful tool when used properly, as long as it doesn't necessarily become a crutch. Now, granted, you could even argue on the flip side that the tractor has become a crutch, right? But I think that you give and take with everything, right? So let's get into this. I want to test. This is actually my first time using it, so I want to do a first time look with you. It's called, I think it's pronounced ILLUGEN. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. This is wild. So, what do we want to type in today? Let's type in. Electro. If I could spell synth. Sounding like the band the 1975 looped for an intro of a sad song. I have no idea what this is going to sound. Let's do loop. Oh, wow, you could even choose the BPM. That's crazy. Let's do auto. Oh, okay, let's just do 120 BPM. You choose the, oh, I guess A is auto. Okay, I thought that might have been a key. Let's just leave it on auto. Ready? Here we go. Generating. All right, here we go. All right, not totally the vibe I was going for. Let's see what this sounds like. That's totally the 1975 vibe. I like that second one a lot. The second one's totally the vibe. All right, let's do another one. This is crazy. Now, what's also cool is that they have a desktop app as well. So you can download the desktop app. This is pretty sick. So obviously, there's free credits to try it out, but then you can pay. I believe you pay for like bulk credits. So for example, like 150 credits or 300 credits and per month. Essentially, almost like you're downloading samples. Like I'm part of a sample plan where I download every samples every month, or I get access to a certain amount of downloads for samples every month. It's kind of exactly the same thing. We'll go over the pricing in a second, but let's do one more. Actually, let's just see what auto generate bubble wrap percussion loop. All right, let's see what that sounds like. All right, here we go. One. What's really cool about it is exactly what it says right here. You can create sounds that have never existed before. Now, I guess you could argue that that's exactly what like recording music is, right? I could take a piece of bubble wrap and do it right here. That sound has never existed before. But it's kind of cool that you don't have to necessarily do the actual work of it. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Very cool. Alright, let's just try special effects. A haunting xylophone hit drenched in a flanger echo. Wow. That's a crazy specific. Let's see. Wow, some of these prompts are crazy actually. Haunted piano playing in an abandoned mansion. Zombie turbulence riser. Hypnotizing long lost ritual. This is crazy. All you need to do is drag and drop into your DAW, which is wild. Now I'm curious. I don't think that they have a desktop app. What I'd really love to see would be a plugin. If they created some sort of plugin where it's just right inside of like your Logic, I think that'd be really really cool. You know, I don't love when necessarily, for example, you download something and you have to create it and keep it into a certain file and your samples file. But I guess if you're working inside of a project, you could just transfer it to your project file and it can live in that file. But I really liked, for example, the sampler that I use. It's an app. You can just drag it from the app into the your DAW. Actually, so you might actually with the desktop app, you might be able to do just that, where it saves into the app. For example, the sound, and you can just drag it into your DAW, as opposed to actually have like an MP3 that you drag or a wave that you're dragging into your DAW. I haven't looked into that yet. Oh, wow, you can, with the special effects, you can choose how long they are. These are crazy, man. Let's do one last one. And end of the world is a drum beat. That's crazy, man. All right, let's check out pricing. So like I said, 150 months, $8 a month. So 150 credits, sorry, is $8 a month. 300 credits, like that's a lot of credits, man. Like it's more than you actually would think is a lot of credits. This is cool, man. And then they have options over here if you need more. This is a really 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 unique tool, because you know what, like you're essentially sampling. You're creating samples. How is it any different in a world where we're using samples, where like you can go into a sample program and like type in xylophone and there's a xylophone sound for you. Now you can completely control how that xylophone sounds. I want a xylophone playing only the upper register, but I want a bit of reverb, and I want it to have like, you know, skipping notes every other second. I have no idea, but like, you know, like you can really fine tune exactly what you want. It's just the next iteration of sampling, which I think is really really cool. So Waves, they are doing some really sick things with AI. Somebody needs to give them a raise, man. That's a pat on the back, because they are making some really 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 cool products. So that being said, if you are interested in checking this out, definitely, at least if you have a Waves, like just log in, or create a login. It's free to log in and try the 30 credits for free. There's a link down below where you can it'll take you right to the website so you can check it out. It's free to check out. At least try it, mess around with it, and if you like it, sign up.